I have to confess something. I went to jail. And it's not the way you think. This is a recruiting campaign for Harford County Sheriffs. Take it away. Why was CineSalon brought in to work with Harford Sheriffs? Recruitment. So we wanted to help get them the best applicants in the shortest amount of time possible. That saves them money, it opens up their talent pool, and it helps them get the best officers in the field. With the videos and photos that we'd create, they could put ads on web, on social, they even ran them in the movie theater. So we gave them a ton of assets that they could use to test target advertising, as well as just refresh their entire brand presence.
This is Sheriff Jeff Gaylor, inviting you to learn more about the men and women of the Harford County Sheriff's Office.
The challenge for us when putting the creative together on this was that Harford County Sheriffs has so many different career paths. You could be in the field, you could be on the drone teams, you could be in a canine unit.
Are you sure you want to do this? I don't think you know what you're getting into.
My partner is Canine Rocco. He's a German Shepherd.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. There we go.
So Rocco is trained in a bunch of different tests. He's able to do building searches, article searches. He's also a protection dog, so if it's just me and him and I needed him in an instant, I have a button on my vest that I could just press and he would come right to me.
There were so many scenes that we did for this, so I'll try to go through them as fast as I can. We did a chase scene. We did a arrest scene once they caught the bad guy from the car. We did a crime scene investigation. We did a canine posed and then also out in the field chasing the bad guy. We did the drone team. We were with the motorcycle team. In the prison itself, we did scanning an inmate in. We did riot gear. And that was just the career part. We then went to the Cal Ripken Stadium and showed the community part of this.
Today we're out here teaching some kids from the Boys and Girls Club in Edgewood how to play baseball. We had the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation that was out here and they were collaborating with the Sheriff's Office Badges for Baseball program. And we get together with these kids every summer to teach them how to play. I think it's just important that we involve ourselves with our community members and make sure they get to know a different side of law enforcement, that we're not only there for when bad things happen, but we're here to help them out through all the good things also.
A big part of any organization is showing that they're also involved deeply in the community. They're helping the folks that, they impact the most. So having a good mix of here's your career path, here's what you can learn, and then also here's the impact that you're gonna be making, and then selling that in 30 to 60 seconds. Pretty big ask to get done in 3 days, but we couldn't have done it without Officer Warren Brooks. He was like, let's call him the EP of the shoot.
So this whole experience was new to me as far as being hands-on for a large production. I was able to create a storyboard. I was able to take some of my ideas and put them on paper, and then to see that come to fruition over the past few days of shooting was actually pretty exciting.
He really just held our hand on all the different cool things that the Sheriff's Department does.
It kind of made me feel like I was part of the industry. So
as you make these commercials, every single time, I always look at the folks that are part of the crew and I'm like, you're kind of soft-souled, aren't you? You're totally thinking about like, man, this would be all right.
Yeah!
That kind of excitement where everyone really wanted to be part of it. It just changes the whole culture and vibe and idea process on set.
How you feeling today?
Feeling outstanding. And because I'm off tomorrow. So
I also wanted to mention when we filmed this, it was like 100 degrees out and it was so hot and the officers were so cool and they had to put on long sleeve shirts. They were just really patient standing in the hot sun. What we agreed on with the crew was lean and mean. We had 7 people total on this and there was a lot of natural light. So we thought, okay, let's bounce as much light as we can, use the sun where we can. And if it goes, into more darkness, it'll look actiony and cool.
Setting up the lighting right now. Trying to make sure that the officer's face is perfectly well lit, so that we might get a nice dramatic shot to really bring to life this epic recruitment video we're shooting.
Yes. We really kept the equipment footprint down. The DJI 4D was another time saver. We were able to shoot on the red for our main hero shots and then quickly switch to the DJI and get motion and movement. So we didn't have to set up Dana dollies. We weren't setting up that kind of motion. And we were able to get little crane moves up. We were able to get full pans left and right and just add a lot of dynamic motion to the camera. Sometimes it was crazy. Red was on the tripod. We shoot that shot. Then we go handheld on the red and get a little closer and get a little more, shaky feel in case we wanted that. Ooh, got it on that one. That was a good take. We were getting like 3-4 shots at a time in each scene and we were able to just get so much volume of content. And it wasn't junk, it was actually really good, different variations of the same shot. So when the edit came, we were able to cut for vertical and cut for horizontal and use different shots, and it really fit together nice.
Courage comes from many places. Ready to find it for yourself?
If there's one thing to take away from this entire BTS, it's really you as an organization should focus on how you're recruiting and be deliberate about the type of content that you're making. And also creating volume of content that organically builds that social proof. You know, your workspace, your organization, your culture is great.
The perception of law enforcement has changed over the years. However, this is still a really good career. And you get to work with a great group of guys. I mean, you become more like a family.
The only way you can really do that is getting out there in the field and capturing these moments, whether they be, you know, stage cinematic, there's a place for that. But I also think there's organic stuff that will happen. There's little fun moments. It's just really fun, and it shows that you are human, that this organization has a pulse. It doesn't have to be sell, or join our company or have this direct call to action all the time. It can really be content that just builds a brand.
I learned a lot about what goes on the backside of the camera, what you guys do. I have a new appreciation for what you guys do, watching all the work you put in the long days. It was just a great experience overall for me.
And I think Harford has done a great job in the way that they're thinking progressively that way of they make their own content, and then they also, you know, supplement that with some of our higher end stuff we've shot, and then go the full end of line for ads where they actually show the polished advertisements. So that's your, you know, ultra top of funnel, get people aware that you exist. And then as they raise their hand to participate in that, they get more tailored content. And then it gets to a granular point where, oh, you're an officer? Here, we have content for that. You want to be an investigator? Okay, we have content for that. You're creating this nice spider web of media strategy that at no point in time has that been a hard old school sell of like, join the company, here's how much money you're gonna make, da 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 da. They can find that information. If you make it easy for them, that's only gonna work in your favor. And the rest of that is just entertainment.
Never has it been more challenging to find applicants, men and women, who are interested in serving the community, and how you do that recruitment through a video such as this has never been more vital.
And just like that, that's how you make a recruiting campaign that works. No prison time required. Okay, so we technically did go to jail, but we didn't go to jail, if that makes sense. But we did get them the results they wanted, and that's all that matters. That's how you do a recruiting campaign for Harford County Sheriffs.